Laura here again, day 2 of the Shenanigan Skort Sew Along, and today we're just doing pockets. So if you've decided you don't want a pocket, you get to skip today. How exciting is that? This gives you some time to make up from day 1 where you missed, didn't cut out the right thing. But today we're all about pockets. We're doing a ball pocket and we're doing a patch pocket with a flap. Let's do it. Okay, welcome to day 2. Let's get started. We're going to be working on 2 different kinds of pockets today. We have a ball pocket and we also have a patch pocket with a flap. Both of these are optional. I just thought it would be nice to show you how it's done. So this ball pocket has an actual pattern piece. This just has measurements, this patch pocket with the flap. The flap is optional, the pocket is optional. It's up to you what you want to do or do nothing. Totally your call. All right, so the measurements for your patch pocket are 5 inches by 3 inches for the pocket itself. For the flap, it's 2 inches by 3.75, so 3 and 3/4 inches, okay? So let's push that to the side just for a second. You're also going to need some elastic, all right? I don't have a particular measurement. You can come across here and give it, and cut some off, or you could just sew it on and cut it off later, all right? Which is probably what I'm gonna do. So we got a 1/4 inch elastic. Now let's get our tutorial. We are gonna need one of our shorts panels, so I have that out as well. So the first thing we're going to work on is this ball pocket. Now it says here, it says, while firmly holding and stretching the elastic, sew the elastic to the wrong side of the bottom. Now, technically, this looks like the top, right? Because that's where the opening is. But it's technically the bottom, because when you're putting a ball in, like a tennis ball in it, you're putting it in under your skirt. So you're just reaching under rather than reaching under and then back over into a pocket. Or if you wanted, you could turn it this way. It's totally up to you. But the way the pattern is written, this is the bottom. The straight edge is the bottom. So we're going to sew elastic while stretching it to the wrong side of the bottom of the pocket. We're going to use a stretch stitch, a zigzag, or a serger. All right, let's do that. Okay, so here we are. I've attached the elastic. All right, so I'm going to cut it off from the actual roll. And just by stretching the elastic, we've gathered our pocket there. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to fold our elastic to the wrong side and top stitch using a twin needle, zigzag, or stretch stitch. We can even use a cover stitch. So you're going to take it and you're just going to turn it to the wrong side. Now, while I'm top stitching it, I'm going to be holding it taut, pulling it, stretching the elastic, that's what I'm trying to say. And then I'm going to top stitch on top of that. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Let me cut off my thread so you can see I've got a finished top stitch, and this is the wrong side. The elastic has been folded over. All right. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to place the wrong side of the pocket on the right side of the shorts near the outside of the shorts leg. Now remember, this is the bottom. Okay, this is the top. Now we don't need to finish this edge. It's not going to be seen. So if we pull out our pattern piece here, I'm going to pretend that this is the right side up, okay? Just because the fabrics are exactly the same, this will help you. This is about where your placement will be, but we're going to do it right side down, just like that, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to stitch around it. So again, place the wrong side of the pocket to the right side of the shorts near the outside, which is here. So this is the inner leg, this is the outside. Okay, so we're gonna place it just about there. You can go up higher if you want, or get a little further down if you want, but make sure you know you're gonna be hemming this, so you gotta give yourself room for that. So I'm gonna do it right about here. Now, you're gonna top stitch around these sides, top stitch, I'm sorry, the pocket, around the sides of the pocket. You're gonna top stitch that pocket to your shorts. Now, you can use pins to hold it down, or you can do what I always love to do if I can find it. You can use some wash away wonder tape because it's amazing. All right, so let's take that, put the wrong side up, and let's put some wash away wonder tape all the way around that raw edge. All right, now let's place our pocket. See how easy that is? Now I'm going to take this over, I'm going to adjust it a little bit so it's not so wonky looking. All right, now that I've got it pressed, pushed down, I can now top stitch around this raw edge, back stitching here at this opening here. All right, let's do it. All right, here we are. We've got our ball pocket attached to our leggings. That is so, or to our shorts. It's super cool, I love it. All right, now let's talk about the patch pocket. I'm gonna grab the other shorts piece. Hopefully that's what this is. Yes, it is. All right, get that ready and let's grab our patch pocket and our tutorial. Here we are. If you haven't already cut your patch pocket, now is the time to do it. So the first thing that we are going to do is fold the top of our pocket down 3/8 of an inch to the wrong side and top stitch it. So I'm going to turn my patch pocket over, and I'm going to fold it over about 3/8 of an inch, give or take, and now, whoops, and then I'm going to top stitch that down, just like hemming. I'm going to use a zigzag stitch though. All right, here we go. We're all hemmed. It looks pretty fabulous. You can't even hardly see the zigzag. All right, let's look at the next step. All right, so we need to place, we're gonna do basically what we did with the ball pocket, we're gonna do with this pocket piece. We're gonna place the wrong side of the pocket to the right side. So place wrong side of pocket on the right side of the shorts, on the outside of the shorts leg, or whatever your desired location is. It could be back here. It could be in the middle. I'm actually going to do it about right here. Who knows? I've not ever put one of these pockets on before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit because I want to make room for what's going on up here and the flap. All right, and now I'm going to zigzag that around these three sides, the two sides and the bottom. And again, I am going to use my wash away wonder tape because wash away wonder tape is everything as far as I'm concerned. You could pin it on and it would work just fine. I just really enjoy wash away wonder tape. Okay. And place it wherever you would like it to be. Place it down here. All right, I'm gonna head over to my sewing machine and I'm gonna zigzag around these three sides. Okay, here we are. We've got a patch pocket back here, and technically speaking, you could make it a little wider if you wanted. You could make it wide enough to fit your phone. Obviously, well, I can force my phone to fit, but I do think it would be a little bit heavy to be on the back pocket of a knit thing, but I did make it work. So that's that. Now you could stop there and leave it there, but I want to talk to you about the flap. So if you're doing the flap, what you're going to do is we're going to fold this. Let me scoot this out of the way. You're going to fold it right sides together, just like this, like a hot dog. okay? And then you are going to stitch the short ends together using a zigzag stitch or a serger. Let me do that real quick. Okay, now I've done that. So let's turn it right side out. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the raw side, the raw edges here. See, there's an opening there. I'm going to place that above my pocket. So the opening, the raw edge of the flap is facing down towards the actual pocket. So I'm going to place it about a ½ inch above that pocket, the top of that pocket, which is just about here. I'm going to pin it in place. And then I'm going to head to my sewing machine and I'm going to use a stretch stitch or a zigzag stitch. And I'm going to zigzag on that edge to attach that flap to my shorts. Okay, I'm going to get my threads off of there. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my pocket flap down, and you can see it just barely overlaps the pocket itself. So I'm going to fold that down, and then I'm going to pin it in place again, and then I'm going to head back to my sewing machine using a stretch stitch or a serger, and I'm going to stitch the sides, down the sides of the flap. Okay, here we are. Here's my suggestion. When sewing the sides together, that very first step of this flap, where you fold your flap right sides together and you sew those short sides, don't use a serger, use your standard machine. That serger kind of bulks that up and makes it difficult to sew through. You can see I had some struggles. But either way, it's on there and I've got a nice little pocket with an opening there. Yay! All right, now that we have finished both of our pockets, here is the patch pocket and here is the ball pocket, we are ready for day 3.